Good morning and welcome to Soul Soup. This morning, I'm Dr. Janette Freeman, and I'm so glad that you joined us as we dish up a little food for your soul and warmth for your heart. So today we're starting a new series entitled Know Your Worth, and talking a little bit about the power of I am and the I am source code teachings. So thank you for joining us and settle in. We're just going to take a little bit of time to tap more deeply into your higher nature. So as we get started, I want us to just think about all the ways that the self, the little self, causes some problems. So I don't know about you, but for me and nearly everyone I know, there is a constant there's a constant me in the picture, a constant me, our little self, and we're working on ourselves and improving ourselves and trying to overcome this I'm not enough self, or I need to be perfect self, or I need to be this or that self, I need to be skinnier, I need to be prettier, I need to be smarter. If I was only this, I mean, this constant preoccupation with the self and working on the self. And as somebody that's been in personal development for a long time, it's been a particular interest to me since I was a young woman in wanting to inspire and empower people and wanting people to have greater self-esteem. In my early years, I worked with women in the image and beauty business, helping women feel better about themselves. And it was really all steeped in this me never feeling good enough, pretty enough, any of that, which drove me to this study. And ultimately also to a deeper spiritual path as well. And beginning to find out about what's really the self, who is the real self. And I know that I've become quite aware of being in the little self, in that we could say being lost in the mind, really, thinking, trying to create a self, thinking about the self, thinking. And the only relief from that has been to get under the thinking mind and come into presence. So the other thing is to consider is all the different identities that we have. So we create many different identities and have them, and most of the time they're directly related to our relationship with life, our relationship with other people. So we may have the identity of being a child in a home, and then an identity that changes, and we have an identity as being a student, or an identity as first jobs, an identity as a mate, identity as a parent, identity as a lover, identity as what we do for a living becomes a very strong identity. And challenges come when our roles and our identities change. And this is a part of our spiritual growth. This is a necessary part, I believe. We go through crises of identity, crises where the roles that we so fully identified with change. And when that happens, there's a cracking of that identity, a cracking of who it is that I say that I am. We don't know that that's actually a time of great opportunity to tap into a deeper part of our identity, the part of our I-ness that never changes, the part of our I-ness, which is our truer self, our higher self. So the cracking and the falling apart of old identities are a part of our journey, a part of our path. I think if you ponder and think back on different times of your life of change, transition, where the identity that you so fully were in was a sense where you had your self-esteem. So my self-esteem is in my work. And when my work changed or changes, then there's a crisis of identity. So I know that I've worked with people who go through retirement or job layoff or job changes like that. And that's a really difficult time because instantly the mind is constantly trying to find, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I'm not that. Who am I? And it comes up empty, and it's a crisis. But at the same time, and what that looks like a lot of times is lack of confidence and depression and anxiety and that sort of thing. But it's also an opportunity. It's also a powerful opportunity to tap into the higher self. We're going to do that in just a few minutes with our process. The other types of things I've seen with people is when our children have crisis or are not maybe worry us in some way. And that taps into not only worry and that mind, but also our identity as a parent, and maybe having failed in that in some way or not knowing what to do. So all the ways that our identities change will automatically cause anxiety, stress, depression, or some sort of suffering of the self. So we also have just your basic everyday low self-esteem, which comes and goes, right? Where you could be just feeling awesome, amazing, empowered, fabulous. And something happens, some kind of trigger takes place, and lack of confidence shows up. There's, something's triggered that you recall some sort of anxious memory that triggers lack of confidence. And so that's a clear indication that the confidence is coming based upon something that's not sustainable and real, not just an emotional or a mental confidence level, because that will change. So on this journey, spiritual awakening journey, our opportunity for a deeper, lasting happiness and our opportunity to be successful in the world, in our careers and relationship, living in this life, is to be able to tap into and to see out of the eyes of the higher self, of the true self, of our I am nature. So we say we go through life and we say I do this, I do this. But at the same time, there is the I, meaning the I am, that does this. So I came across a quote I want to share with you this morning, and this is from the book called The Mystical I by Joel Goldsmith. And Joel Goldsmith, if you're not familiar with him, is a classic New Thought writer, a true mystic, talking a lot about this Christ consciousness, this I. So he says this under the heading, I can do nothing, but I within can do all things. He says, Jesus said, I of myself can do nothing. He that seeth me seeth him who sent me. I and my Father are one. I am the way, the truth, and the life. So first of all, see, he's talking about I of myself can do nothing. The little I can't do anything. If you see me, you see him who is within me. Okay. And then it's like, no. And then in the other breath, so it's like he's talking from the smaller self, the personality self, to give credit to the Father within, the presence within. And in another moment, it is this, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the light of the world. I am come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. So using the same word, I, is used as I, the little self, and then is this presence within me, but also at the same time, I am the light of the world. And the thing is that he actually knew that. He knew what it was and who it was that lived within him, that operated through him. So we can sense the difference. The more we get into our spiritual path, the more we stay connected to that I am, we can feel the difference. Let's see what else he says. He says something that this has been lost to the churches for 1700 years, the truth that there is a human I who can do nothing, but there's also the divine I within you that can do all things. You must know that there is an I called your name. There's an I called Janette, and there is an I called whatever your name is, but neither you or me has fully attained. Janette is likely to make mistakes. I sometimes might get angry. I enjoy a good meal. He's saying this about him, but I'm going to say it about me. But that is not the I that is the spiritual teacher or the revelator. This part is my personality, my selfhood, just like we have this personality, this selfhood, the one that makes the mistakes, the one that's completely gets lost in I'm not enough, the one that gets lost in this personality, the one that's constantly trying to fix itself, the one that's preoccupied with me and how life is going to be there for me, and how is there enough or is there not enough. The little me that's constantly lost in this world of 3D, this world of limitation and lack and fear and worry, this me that is lost in this conditioned mind, this me, we get it, right? But that's a self which Jesus spoke when he said, I of myself can do nothing. When we make that acknowledgement, he says, you can then say, but my selfhood, my real I am is divine. My Savior, my Christ, my healer, my supplier is closer to me than the breath within me. It is the very I of my being. When you have recognized this, you begin to withdraw your faith, hope, and confidence in the external world and human beings, and even in the little self. And you begin to live consciously in this I am. This is the praying without ceasing, constantly realizing that I in the midst of you is mighty. I in the midst of you is the bread, the meat, the wine, and the water of your life. It is the I am that we speak of. I am. Not lost in any particular identity. The I that stands behind the little self, looking out of the eyes. The I that is called forth into consciousness by our conscious recognition and our conscious saying and contemplating the words, I am, especially coupled with the present breath. I am here. So what I identify with most is what will lead my perceptions and my life. And because of our reality living here, our identification is primarily on the identities of the little self. And that's why we suffer in the ups and downs. We all do. But the suffering ceases to be so dominant as we tune into the I am that I am, the I that sees through the eyes of the self. So settle in as we start and as we have a little process. And remember to tap into your breath. Take a present breath of I am. If you haven't listened to the I Am Source Code course, it's a simple, easy course that you could listen to. It's only 10 little lessons. You can find it at www.iamsourcecode.com. And it will help you tap into that I am that I'm speaking of today and teach you these I Am Source Code meditations so that you can dip deeply into that presence on a regular basis. But right now, just take a breath. Put your attention right there at your nose and feel the present breath moving in through your nostrils as you say I on the in-breath, am on the out-breath. That's right. Just starting to connect to the breath beyond the mind. Just connecting to the breath beyond the mind. And your ever-present I on the in-breath and am on the out-breath brings you into your line, brings you into conscious alignment with this presence, and allows the body to start to relax. And just simply allows you to come into your divine line, into the place where you can tap into that which is real. As you start to relax, I invite you to use your beautiful, vital imagination and simply imagine right out off to the side in front of you someplace. I want you to just imagine a beautiful container, like a large glass bowl, where we're going to simply strip away some of these identities that have been so much a part of our life. And first of all, I want you just to strip away your history. That's right. Just all of your childhood. Just put it in the bowl. Just put it all over there. All of your childhood, your mother, your father, all your issues. Let it be that easy. Just see over in that glass bowl, just see your child self, your issues, everything that you've identified. Just put it over there. And then I want you just to go ahead and push your relational self over there. All the you that has relationships, intimate relationships, just put that part over there too. All the mistakes, all the things, all the great parts about you and that self, just put it over there. You as a parent, if you are a parent, take that self and put it over there as well. That's right. And you in your career, whatever you do, as many careers as you've ever had, as many careers as you want to have, all your worry about career and work, go ahead and put that over in the bowl too. Start to feel your own lightness right here where we are, as a lot of these identities are just placed in the bowl. I want you to place in the bowl every identity you have that is relation to money in the world. So that's not just a work, but your relationship with money, how much money you have, how much money you don't have, how you find identity in your money, having lots of things, not having lots of things. Go ahead and put that in the bowl. I want you to put your car in the bowl, your house in the bowl. I want you to put all your clothes in the bowl, and your shoes too. And now let's start to put the body in the bowl. Let's just take all of our hair. No, not my hair. Let's put the hair in the bowl. That's right. And now take all the worries you have about your body, what you think about it, any sickness, put it in the bowl. Any worry about any kind of illness or condition, just put that in the bowl. And then let's go ahead now and take, let's go ahead and take the body. Before we do that, think about in your own life any other identities that capture your attention, or worry, or love. Let's place even more of those identities in the bowl. Just place them in the bowl and turn it over. That's right. And now let's go ahead and put the body in the bowl. Let's just take off our head, put it over there. Take off our shoulders, put it over there, our arms, our stomach, our heart, and all of our organs, and our legs and our feet. Just put it all over there in the bowl. See your body in the bowl. And realize that there's something else that is still here. Who is the one that is still here, looking at the bowl? I am. I am here, looking at the bowl, seeing the roles, identities, stuff, the body. I am witnessing it all. I am here. And feel what that feels like to simply be what's under all of it. Perhaps imagining yourself as light and sensing your true identity, individualized. Yes, individualized as you. You that is more than all of that, all those roles and identities. Get a sense of the you, the I am that I am. I am light. I am light. I see through the eyes of light. Just saying I am. I am love. I am love. Without all the roles and identities, and tapped into the true essence. That is the truth. I am. I am tapped into full abundance. The source is within me. It is this I am that is the provider, is the prosperer, is the source, the supply, the resources. I am that. I am that. Feel the vitality of the prana, of the life force, of the light, of the I am that I am. And take a moment to remind yourself of I am. I am here. I am light. I am love. I am peace. I am wholeness. I am vitality. I am life. I am power. I am presence. And I am that I am. I am is the one that lives through this life. I am is the one that speaks the word. I am is the one that loves another. I am is the one that doeth the work. I am is the miracle maker. I am sees through the darkness. I am is the light in the middle of the darkness. I am is it. I am that I am. Breathe that in. And calling upon that I am presence, and that I am power, and the holiness of the ascended masters itself, we call upon that to take that bowl and to dissolve that bowl that holds all those identities. Just dissolve it into the light. Doesn't mean you're going to lose it all, but let's purify it. Just dissolve it into the light. Just dissolve it. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it lose its importance. Knowing that this center, this I am nature, can utilize any roles and identities without getting lost. I am in the center of me. I am the chooser, the deed. I am the light of understanding. I am the fuel. I am the source. I am that I am. And that is our true nature. And as we tap into this true nature, we know our worth. Get a sense of your worth right now. I am more than enough. Of course, I am that I am. So just allowing part of your awareness to be steeped in that I am nature. Letting part of your awareness be in your breath, be in the internal I am, I am, I am. And let it remind you and inform you this week of the true nature that you are, the great I, the mystical I that resides within you. And using that more consciously and beautifully. That's right. So again, if you haven't yet listened to the course, I Am Source Code, The Power of I Am, go to www.iamsourcecode.com and you can get the program, and it's comes with several, I think 4, I've got meditations on there now with I am chants, I am mantras, like I am sleeping, I am affirmations. And normally, I mean, it's valued at $199. You can get it for $19.99. So it's easy. So be sure and get that if you want more information and help and assistance to live in that I am nature. So thank you for joining us for Soul Soup this morning. Soul Soup is brought to you by wholenessonline.org. Oneness Online is a nonprofit spiritual organization that provides teachings, and it's provided to you by donations from donors. We appreciate your donations, and also through the purchase of courses and things like that. So thank you for that. I'm also Dr. Janette Freeman, available. Sometimes some of this brings up things. I'm available for personal coaching on an ongoing basis, or if you just need help on a process to get through something that's come up for you and you know that you could move through. When we move this stuff through, we have an experience of healing. We move closer to our I am nature. The little self is kind of a delusion. So anyway, I'm there for you. Information is in the chat box. You can go to Dr. Janette Freeman, Janette Freeman.com, and sign up on my email list. And also, you can request a free 20-minute coaching session to see if I might be able to help you further. So thank you so much for joining us today. Go out and have an amazing day. And I'm Dr. Janette Freeman signing off for now. Thank you so much.